Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana. It looks like the feed is a little slow. Okay, hopefully that will be all right. So welcome. My name is Sadhana. I'm here today doing live readings, and I will start with a group reading. I've just come off another session with a group of other readers from the Oracle, which is a store, metaphysical store near where I live. There's a couple of locations, one in Vancouver and one over here. And it's going to be really interesting to see if the theme that emerged during those readings is also going to emerge here today. So yeah, so I really feel the strength of the energy, which I'll speak to tonight in my gratitude, because my card for today, let me go back. I have a few different series going on my channel. One of them is the gratitude series. Jen, who's in the chat right now, offered this gratitude challenge again for January, and I'm really enjoying this series. And so I've been posting a gratitude piece every day. And I just had some beautiful connections with my card already today. So I just sang that. Yeah, 2021, wow. 5. One of the things that came up for me earlier today was the contemplation of the connection between temperance and the Hierophant. So temperance is the 14th card in the major arcana. And if we add 1 + 4, we get 5. And I was also thinking about the shape of the pentacle and how there are a lot of 5s that exist in nature, natural 5s, and the 5 elements. And I've talked about this a little bit before recently, and that is the whole idea with temperance. So if we look at the pentacle, we don't necessarily, in reality, with the elements, always have 20-20, 20-20, 20-20, 20-20, 20-20. There's this art of just figuring out exactly what it is we need at any given time. And so, yeah, so those of you that read the tarot, those of you that pull your own cards, I really encourage you to think about the relationship between the Temperance card and the Hierophant and what it is that we need to learn. There's tremendous knowledge, wisdom in the energy of the elements, in the energy of the 5. And also here, right? So fifth chakra. What's the energy of the 5th chakra? So this means our truth is going to be revealed this year, whether we want it to or not. And if we can find the courage, perhaps the courage to start to voice our half-truths, reveal our half-truths, make them clearer. Of course, we have to know what that is in our heart. And so this whole theme of truth was coming through earlier today. And so I pulled out the Sasarai Bito and have a sip of coffee. I just went and made one. Because the Sasarai Bito is a deck of, I find, very truthful readings. And it has this, I won't say sense of humor, but it has a really interesting way of getting to the truth. Hello, my voice tarot. Thank you. Mystic's Haven. Let me go back. Apurva's here as well too. Hello, Apurva. And I'll open the YouTube chat as well too, so I can see that. No, I don't want to do that. So just think about that. What is your truth? If something could be revealed this year, maybe something you've never told anybody, what would that be? That was really creepy. The ad that just came up as I was opening my YouTube was somebody getting face surgery in her. I don't know what she was getting, nose job or something. That was horrible. So you know what? I want to talk about the ads. So why do I have ads on? Because I think this is important to say this. I actually get a little bit of revenue from the ads, not a lot, but it's enough that it's a real treat for myself. And so I want to say thank you for those of you that actually let an ad run for more than a few seconds, because it really does help to support my work and all the lovely tarot decks that you get to see on my channel. And I haven't been monetized for that long. So I want to thank you for your, I don't know, what's the word, patience. And if ads are not suitable, by all means, just like plow through them. Don't watch them, because nobody wants to watch unsuitable ads. So I just thought I would say that. Okay. Hello, Burning Dreamer 13. Who did I miss? Sunny, Scarlett, hello. I will look at your email later, Scarlett. Thank you. Mystics Haven, Apurva, I said hello. Great. So get your questions in the chat. So this initial group reading is going to focus on voice. And if we could, I don't think we understand the power of voice. We need to clear the voice. We need to clear the vocal cords, like energetically purify the vocal cords. That's why singing and mantra, one of the reasons it's so fabulous for you energetically. Like sing, chant in the forest. Love this kind of stuff. Go to your throat. Feel the cool swirling air in your throat. This is the cooling chakra, right? The solar plexus is the warming chakra. The throat is the cooling chakra. Feel the cool swirling air. This is also the portal into the 5th dimension. This is the place where we can begin to truly connect with spirit. This is where our truth is revealed, when we start to see beyond this 3-dimensional reality. So what truth? What truth with the collective benefit from seeing today, seeing in this 3-card reading? Okay. I could shuffle this deck forever. I love this deck. It's just, I don't know, perfect deck for shuffling. Okay. Well, let's cut. A beautiful, easy cut. Okay. Okay. So, Labyrinth. Let's do this. Hello. Let's add the cards to the stream. So Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. So this is not Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. The truth is that we need to do something about it, right? So maybe we need to act on something. Could be anything, right? It could be speaking up for somebody. It could be protecting somebody. It could be writing about it. It could be anything, but it's like now is the moment. So an ace is a sign that we have to actually do something. Aces don't hang around forever, right? They're like feathers, right? They float in, and if you don't see the sign, it kind of disappears. I'm intrigued with the labyrinth that's underneath the wand. Have you ever walked a labyrinth? It's a really beautiful meditative experience. Perhaps look for symbols, look for signs, look for labyrinths. Okay. The truth is that we have everything that we already need. Right? That's what the Queen of Pentacles represents. We have everything. We would benefit from counting our blessings. And that can be the tiniest thing. So even if your life is really, really challenged, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? You have physical limitations. There's something that you have that is amazing. And if we can come into even just a moment of gratitude every single day for all that we already have, it is such healing medicine. Hilarious. Okay, so temperance comes up. And I'm going to repeat what I said. And this came through one of Queen Offset's videos, another series of videos that I'm doing on Kwanzaa, which I have finished recording, just haven't uploaded yet. And that is, actually, no, I haven't recorded the 7th one. The 6th one is recorded, not the 7th. That's today. It's like a bartender, right? Every single cocktail, everything the bartender makes isn't 50-50, right? You don't put 50 gin, 50 water. You don't, right? And we have a lot of beautiful creative cocktails, and we want to be able to blend and mix. If alcohol is not your spiel, let's look at things like making synergistic blends of essential oils. That is incredible and fun thing to do. All it takes is a bit of intuition. And if we can find the perfect blend, it just has this incredible energy. And so in putting these 3 cards together, there is some action that is needed it's not about balance. It's about infusing things. It doesn't mean we have to take something away. It means we just need to infuse a different quality or perhaps a different quantity of something, or maybe something else completely different. I think the thing about this, the temperance, when we think about temperance and moderation, is that we have to get rid of everything. And that creates a sense of restriction and limitation. And you hate it when somebody says, you can't do this. You have to eliminate this from your diet. Well, don't eliminate it. Just bring it into balance. Bring it into proportion. And so so now I'm coming back to the whole picture. I'm seeing this Queen of Pentacles and I'm thinking about, okay, this is about our earthly experience. This is about our physical bodies. And so maybe this is about action and finding better balance with our physical bodies. Pentacles, right? So Pentacles is a suit of earth. This may represent your finances as well too. And it can represent money. It can represent anything material, 3-dimensional. So if we're talking about money, maybe it means you don't quit spending money on something, but you get a little more creative and you balance it with other things. It's just be kind to yourself, but also be a little bit more aware that you have the power to bring this temperance into your life. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it with that. I can see the chat is rolling away, and I'm already well into this hour. And I want to say off the top, Jen, if you can't stay for as long as I stay, people, Hierophant's on the bottom. You can't make this stuff up. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Hierophant is 5. This is the card for 2021. A few moments ago, I was talking about let's reflect on the energy of the Hierophant and Temperance. So there you go. That's a good way to start. Maybe this is going to be a Sasarabito day, which is good with me. It's heck of a lot easier to shuffle than the deck I spent so much time shuffling the other day, the Bone Stone deck. Alrighty. So Sunny is first. And welcome to everybody who's coming in. All right. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen, for being here. So, Sunny, you know what I'm going to say, right? What am I going to say? What am I going to ask you? I'm waiting for you to put it in the comments. What is Sadhana going to ask me? When you ask that question, what am I going to throw back at you? I'm waiting. And everybody else who's been in these readings before, you should know what I'm going to throw back. Yes. Okay. So if you want B to be happy, then you need to embody happiness. The colors you wear, the playfulness, the joy you bring. For me, happiness also has a kind of a youthful quality to it, a carefreeness to it. Okay. So you know the deal. Oh my God, look what flew out, Sunny. That's what you want to fly out in a reading like this. That's awesome. So that's a big yes, and I'm going to pull 2 more cards for you. Okay. Nice, easy, magnetic cut. Okay. So I love the energy of the Knight of Wands. And this is youthful. This is playful. And so let him and let you embrace that quality, like do things outside of your comfort zone. Play, be carefree. You know, Knight of Wands. So the thing people say, Knight of Wands doesn't like to stick around very long. Knight of Wands is, the kind of guy that is a player and all that. The reason he's a player is because he gets bored. So you just need to not get stodgy, right? Just have fun. Let go. I think that's a really good word. Let go. Okay, so learn to share. Let me change this. Sometimes it's better if you see the cards bigger. Learn to share. And this is hilarious because you're asking it. This is such a weird card in this deck. I have no idea what was on Stacia Burrington's mind when she drew this card. Kind of reminds me of Lady and the Tramp when they're sharing the spaghetti, the 2 dogs. So sometimes you get it your way. Sometimes he gets it his way. Or B, I don't know who B is, but sometimes, right? So it's really important to learn to give and take. And if what B wants to do is really what you don't want to do, just remember sometimes that B is going to suck it up when you're doing things that you want to do, right? And so if you can be just really compassionate, it's a beautiful reading, Sunny. So I would say yes, this is a great relationship, and I would continue to nourish this relationship. Okay. Yes. So Jen, who's one of the mods on this channel, is doing live readings later today too. So you might want to check out her live readings in a few hours. She's in Australia. Okay. So you're very welcome, Sunny. Okay. I love that card, My Voice. That is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Have you heard my story, my India story about the cutting of the hair? I'm not going to tell it now, but yeah, I love that card. Okay, next is KTH. Thanks, Jen. You have been connecting with Persephone. Ooh, and Hades. Okay. Gosh, my throat is just, my throat. Okay, Persephone and Hades. Okay, my heart feels really a lot of energy too. I'm looking at your comment in the chat. Okay. This is such a cool question. Such a cool question. Okay. You know, intuitively, I'm hearing the drum. Shamanic journeying is such a powerful way to wander into the dream world. And there's lots of recordings on YouTube. I always say this every time, make sure you get one that brings you back out, so that wakes you back up again. And all you do is you set an intention. You set an intention to walk with them, to be with them. Yeah, it's weird that I would think about journeying in connection with them because it's such a different tradition. I'm also thinking about the dream caves and the Philarkos Tarot because that's more deeply connected with the Mediterranean and their energy. I'm thinking about the ocean. I'm thinking about the Mediterranean. I think the element is water for some reason. That's the element that they want to connect with you through. Whoa. Okay. I have a feeling that this card is here because of the sleep. I was expecting more of a Four of Swords kind of card to come up. Okay, so let's look at this kind of whole story. Okay, I want you to not so much look at the energy of the cards, but to look at the images and what you feel with these images. Right? It's like a freeing of the soul. It's like a complete openness. Oh my God, Amber. She's bringing me her puppy. Please, 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 please. You know, like I really feel like, okay. Sorry, I just need to go back. I need to focus on what I was feeling here. Let go. Okay, so that's the first thing. It really feels like it's really important to let go. It feels like you are leveling up. Each of these cards, so 10 of Swords is the end of the ego. It's the end of the ridiculousness of all of the theme here is the truths, the half truths. It's the end of all that. It's time for you to really move into a place of trust. The Six of Swords has you moving on. I love that card when she's coming up for this breath of fresh air. Think of air and connection to spirit and ether and truth. Air. I know air is here, but ether is here. So we're connecting to spirit, and then you get the Judgment card. Okay, so this is about you stepping into a new version of yourself. So your question is the best ways for you to connect with them. Yeah, I would write my intentions down, my questions down as I'm going to sleep in my dream journal. It feels like because you need to be in liminal space to connect with them. And it feels like what they're working with you on is this letting go, this moving through. Like, it doesn't feel like you're there. You're kind of like at this level, and they're going to help you bust through that. So working with them is in your highest intention. Yeah. The other piece is, and I always do this, is please let me remember the important parts when I wake up. So you want to have your notebook near your bed, and so you can write in it just as soon as you're coming out of your sleep. So yeah. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. You're welcome, Katie. Isn't that interesting what you said about the heavy blanket? Because this is going to be a very heavy blanket, right? If this is what do they call these? Like a futon, like a light futon cover. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, next is Addie. Addie. Okay, I'll find Addie's. Thanks, Jen. Okay. So you're working in an IT company for 10.5 years. Package is, okay, just a second, package is not up to the industry standard. I have asked for a raise now. Are there any chances of a raise, or should I start looking elsewhere? Okay. Good question. Okay. Hello to Marie and Kristen Louise. Hello. Jyoti, hello. Okay. All right, so this reading is for Addie. Let's see if we can get some clarity around her financial concerns, where she's working. So in the theme of what's going on today, just be really clear with stating what it is that you want. So if you are going to present something, don't underbid yourself. Like, lay it on the line. Make sure that your presentation is rock solid and not, overly humble. That's kind of what you want to see. Okay. Addie, I would say this is favorable, quite favorable. Hello, Sebo. This is favorable. I love how the Knight of Pentacles is wiping his brow. It's like, phew, yes, this is done. This is over. It feels good. Good evening, Julia. Yeah. I also see that Knight of Swords kind of cutting through the BS, right? Not that I would consider butterflies what I just said, but so everything I said, I don't think I need to say anything more. It feels good. The only thing about the So if they come back and they offer it in stages, I kind of feel like that's what's going on with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is, they're gonna come back with a couple of stages. It's not gonna all come back in one lump, huge, amazing package. There's two knights. Knights have messages. These are favorable. This feels very favorable. So yeah. Does that work with you? You're welcome. Okay. Okay, cool. I don't know if I spoke of labyrinths yesterday. They're really it's amazing. Truly amazing. Okay, so we're going to go to Jyoti next. All right. Mangesh. What do you guys think about that? Do you think, no, here's my question. I want to throw this out at you. What role do horoscopes have? No, that's not the question either. How do horoscopes, how do birth charts help with relationships? So let's, say you give birth to a child and you get, I remember somebody gave me I think it's like 75-page book on when one of my daughters was born as a gift. Like various readings on her. So how does birth chart information help? Because it does inform. Okay, so the question here for the tarot is, it's more about like, I want to ask about Jyoti investing energy into this relationship. And yeah, just to kind of generally ask about the energy of the relationship. Jen doesn't use them. And Katie says it can point to tendencies or what to be mindful of, but it is not definitive. Yeah. Like if you get a horoscope reading and it says, oh, you are totally incompatible. Sometimes I think maybe there's something there. Anyway, let's just kind of look at this. I like that. That's a sweet card, Jyoti. That's a sweet card to have. So 9 of Cups is full of love and all of that. I'm going to kind of tie this all together because we're going to have a really deep. Whew, okay. And what's the card on the bottom? Because this is a kind of a tough reading. Okay, so this is the shadow card here. This is the 5 of Wands. So your first question is, where is it headed? Wow, that's a challenging reading, Jyoti. So the first thing I want to say with all those swords and that 5 of Wands underneath is to make sure everything is on the table. And what I mean by that is that you've really talked about everything. Everything is revealed. And I know sometimes culturally it's really difficult to speak honestly and to put everything out there, but it's really important because this does not feel these three cards here do not feel good. And I'm wondering why that Nine of Cups came up first, and then the two challenging cards, and then we've got the Five of Wands underneath. So that is weird, actually. It's really weird. So here's where I'm going to go with this. To me, this particular Nine of Cups looks like self-care. It looks like Abhyanga. Right? Doesn't it look like Abhyanga? And it looks like nurturing yourself, nurturing your soul, nurturing you, nurturing you. And there may be some, I'm looking at the Five of Wands, there may be some challenges presented, you know, like expectations that are set up. And so I feel you need to share what you need to share. Don't be a doormat. Do you know what that means? Don't be a doormat. Because you're going to have to speak your mind. You're going to have to, in order to explore the possibilities of this relationship, it's going to be important that you speak your mind and ask as many questions as you need to ask. Okay, good, good. Alrighty. You don't want to see this card in a relationship reading. The other thing too is if Mangesh has been married before or been in other relationships, this could be his baggage as well too. And so this might be about you helping him to release some of that baggage. But I think the conversations need to go deep and long before you step further into that relationship. Yeah, I love the court cards in this deck too, Apurva. Oh. Just a second here. Oh, please don't do this to me. I'm just looking to see where Marie's question is. If it jumped around. Okay. I don't want to take my marker off the chat, so I'm going to do Burning Dreamer, and then I'm just going to see if I can find... Jen, can you see if Burning Dreamer is before or after Marie? Can you just let me know that? Thanks, Jen. Okay. And then I'll go back to see Marie if I missed it. All right, so Burning Dreamer 13. I meet my mother during Christmas, was a nightmare. We had a lot of arguments. I think we can't heal our past. My parents abandoned me for politics. Oh my God. Okay, so is that a question? Burning Dreamer 13, is that actually a question? Hello, Helki. I feel like you're just telling me a story. Are you actually asking me a question there? Yeah. So Burning Dreamer, are you here? Is this a question? It feels like a lot of info if it's not a question. Are you asking if you can heal? Okay, so the theme for today is truth. The theme for today is remember I was talking about the Temperance card and the Hierophant, and to really explore your truth. It's kind of a question. Okay. So I'm just going to comment on it then, and then I'll go on to the next question. So to me, this feels like the reason that argument happened, the reason those challenging discussions happened was because it's time for you to step into some deep reflection, do some journaling, do some writing, find some silence around this. So the arguments, if you can just leave that and then start to write your questions down, your points down, and just to really internalize a lot of this, it may help. I feel like the arguments were a trigger to turn you to another approach, perhaps. Okay? Okay. Yeah, 5555555. Okay, so we'll go to Marie. That's where we are. I'm just going to double check. Great. Now I'm in the right place. Okay. What aspect in my life is the most important for me that I have to focus on in 2021? Marie, did you see my readings I did on New Year's Eve and January 1st? So that is a good place to start, and then we'll kind of expand on that here. So this reading is for Marie. Most important energy to focus on in 2021. Okay. All right. These are really interesting cards to show up side by side. And so the relationship between abundance and scarcity, the relationship between abundance and scarcity. What is your relationship with money? What is your relationship? And it could be in other aspects as well, too. You know, to abundance of anything, abundance of connection versus being alone and out in the cold. It's like, what I'm feeling here too is that the reflection of the difference between being alone and being lonely. Because these are two kind of opposite energies here. And so I would definitely examine my relationship between scarcity and abundance. Mm-hmm. Page of Cups is on the bottom. She's holding a key. Because those first two cards are so, like one is over here and one is over here, and then the Seven of Cups comes up. Whoa, it makes me want to okay, let's find some focus. Let's come back to the center. Let's find that middle path. Let's find, wasn't this part of our theme, right? This whole idea of temperance is finding the middle road, the middle path, the balance, the moderation. So it kind of feels like you're all over the place. So how can you do this? Well, you can start by focusing on one thing. You can choose one thing that you want to shift in your life. I really recommend you go to your card of the year for 2021. That'll give you a number, and that'll give you a card to focus on. Marie, what is your actually, I don't want to take the time to do this right now. Maybe I do. Okay, Marie, what is your month and day of birth, please? Because I feel like this is not really going anywhere here. What is your month and day of birth? And that first card as well, too, I feel. It's a practice to enjoy being alone. It's a practice to understand the power of being alone. And sometimes we need to be alone. Sometimes we need to be in silence and be on our own. 8. September 3rd. September 3rd. 9 and 3 is 12. And if we do it, so we can't reduce. So it's 8. 8. You are a lot. So when we're in the habit of a lot of self-deprecation, a lot of self-doubt, sometimes we really need to practice strength. And so that's around kindness to yourself. That's around getting to know yourself again. And is this about you being alone for the first time? There's something about this, Marie. Something about you needing to be alone and learning to like to be alone. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I can't spend more time on this, but I do want to. Yeah, you've got the Knight of this Knight of Swords here as well too. So it feels like a year of almost like a hermit year, actually, is what it feels like. And so perhaps that internal strength can only be revealed in your alone time. Okay. All right. Sorry, I have to leave this one and move on. Hello, Amber Rose. Hello, beautiful dog. Yes, you are loved. You are loved. Look, you can see the people. Oh, no, you can't. I have to take that off. Actually, I'm not going to take that off because then the message is going to jump all over the place. I won't be able to find my way. So next is Janine. All right. Hello, Janine. Okay. You know, sometimes combinations of cards are easier than others. Let's just say that. But important to not just go, oh, I don't get it, and reshuffle, you know? We need to think about it. Positively move away from my current job to a new career. Can you reword that, please? Do you mean positivity? Like, should I move away from my current job to my new career? I'm going to do an A and B reading for you, I think. That'll make more sense. I think I'll do an A, B. So I'm going to do A as the current job and B as the new career. Okay. So we'll do a quick A, B reading. Okay. How can I move positively? How can I positively move away from my current job to a new career? How? How? Okay, that's a different, we won't do the A-B reading then. The Fool jumped out, by the way. I guess I should not throw that away. So that's good because that confirms what you what you're wanting to do. So that's good. All right. So how can Janine move away? How? This weird card again. You know, this reminds me of the substitute teacher. So I used to teach public school, and I used to hate the days that I had to go away to a conference or something. Not because I didn't love going to conferences, but the amount of work that had to be done for the sub. Because if I didn't do a lot of work for the sub, it was just like a disaster when I got back. So this is what this feels like to me. It feels like you need to create the, like, make sure everything is cleaned up work-wise, or make sure that there's new projects that are started and there's work to do for your replacement. Like, that's what I'm getting out of this Six of Pentacles, you know, the giving and receiving thing. It's about a give and take. That's what I'm feeling with this one. Okay. Sorry for laughing. I don't mean to laugh. Okay. What I'm seeing here is that it's important to understand that you may, and I'm speaking to the Five of Pentacles, to be, to not jump. It's like in relationships, right? We don't want to jump from one relationship to the next relationship. It's really good to have some space in between. So that's one thing. The other thing too is that looks like maybe you're worried about money when I see these two cards together. So your question was how you can transition. And this feels like the most informative card right here is what I already said. Oh, I don't see if you've commented. I see Gerald's here as well too. Hi, Gerald. Yeah, it's going good. The theme today, Gerald, is truth. I'm going to pull another card. Oh. Okay. So, and this is also a theme today. Okay. And if you look at these two cards, Janine, side by side, the Six of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So the way that you can, it's important that as you choose the next career, that it's not, diametrically opposed to what you're doing right now, but you want to take, I see this as space, this Five of Pentacles. So you take this time, you have this alone time where you take time to choose and to create and to make sure that the new career is what you want it to be. And it has those qualities that the present one doesn't. I don't see this as jumping from one career to the next career. And perhaps in the preparation that you do, this is interesting. Perhaps in the preparation that you do for the next person who's taking your new position, you will create something in that process. I feel like there's a lot in this card. And so I would spend some time almost revising your job description, revising your position so that you make it this amazing job. I feel like something is, this is, I don't know why, but this is where my gut is going. So yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying about, not jumping from one to the other? Taking your time. And the fact that the Fool card jumped out means, yeah, so this is about, I almost feel like in rewriting your job description, you might create a new job for yourself at the same company. I don't know why, but that feels like a possibility anyway. Okay. Alrighty. Just a second. I don't know where I am. I don't know if this is where I am or not. I need to check in with Jen. Burning Dreamer would like to ask, can we heal? Okay. So Janine, just reflect on some of those things, because I really feel there's something that's already in the place that you are. So Burning Dreamer would like to ask about healing old wounds. Of course you can. Of course you can. We can always heal old wounds. The thing is that you may not know what's at the root of those old wounds. And so what came to the surface was a political argument, but that's not really what it's about. And that's why I was saying to you that argument is there to ask you, what's this really about? So when you're arguing, what's coming up in your heart? Where do you feel it in your body? And why are your parents so adamant about their political stance? So So the answer is yes, of course you can heal, but it's going to take some time, some self-reflection. So I'm going to pull a few cards. And Woven Pixel, I'm leaving your question there just because if I move it, that I can get lost in the chat. So this is for Burning Dreamer, and I'm asking Burning Dreamer how Burning Dreamer can move through this really challenging situation. Well, that's not a bad card to draw, Burning Dreamer. So the first thing I want to say is, you know, I want you to go back. I want you to remember the good things about your parents. I want you to remember the good things, the good memories, even if they were few and far between, about your relationship. And think about some qualities with your parents and with your relationship with your parents that makes your heart sing. The World card is to really celebrate the whole experience, not this last present political thing that tore you apart. Okay, so this is important for you, right? For your soul to really acknowledge this. Right? And then 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles reinforces this as well too. This is a deep internal reflection. This is what I said before, without even pulling any cards, about going in and really diving deep into the family and what it is you love about the family. And in that inquiry, you may be able to see from their perspective why they are acting the way they're acting. This is about compassion. It's about being okay being different. I see the Emperor here as you rising above, you being a leader, you showing what are my words here? You modeling the greater, like you rising above. Abandoned traumatic wounds. Okay. Maybe you should book a private reading. Abandoned traumatic wounds. Okay, I don't know where to go with that. This feels like it's very personal. It's very deep. Look at the gesture of the Emperor. The Emperor is really thinking about this. Hey, Joseph. The Emperor is really deep in contemplation about this whole family thing, what family represents. The circle, the big picture. You have a shrink. No problem. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm going to just contemplate those three pictures, those three cards, and just give yourself some time and energy to there's always medicine in what I previously said. So I know it's especially when it's been a traumatic childhood, that can be really difficult to hear. All right, so thank you. Thank you for sharing. Woven Pixel. What am I needing to know for my mental health? Okay. What time is it? We're at the 1 hour. What am I needing to know for my mental health? I'm glad you're busy invoicing, IT guy. That is good news. Okay. So this is an inquiry into the energy around the mental health for Woven Pixel. Mind. Mental wellness. Mental wellness. Mental health. Silly card wants to jump out again. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Hey, Amber. Hey, baby. I almost see those 8 of Wands moving toward the Ace of Cups. Why? They're like focusing, shooting the message. It's like, so we have, so this Ace of Wands jumped out, right? The 4th card is, the 3rd drawn card is the Ace of Cups. This Ace of Wands, it almost feels like, you know, I know the shape on the card isn't like that, but this 8 of Wands, we've got the Ace of Wands, the 8 of Wands, like they're pointing to this Ace of Cups. So one thing I want to say is that you're going to feel a whole lot better. That things are going to feel a lot sweeter. I feel like choosing something to do, like starting a project or physically doing something, right? Ace of Wands is fire. So you want to, I don't know, like it could be anything, like starting a cooking project. It could be, what are you doing? The Ace and the 8 are encouraging you to act, to move quickly, energetically, like run up a hill, you know, that kind of thing. Like go. It's fire. It's not sitting back and meditating. This is not the invitation. And it feels like this fiery energy is going to help you get out of your head, which is what this 9 of Swords is about. Because it is in your head. And the way to get through what's in your head is to do something, quite maybe physical, that's physically exhausting. And it doesn't have to be, you know, running a marathon. It can be anything. It's like take on a creative task, take on a creative project. And through your creativity, and I'm using my hands here, through your creativity, through your hands, you will start to feel a whole new emotional experience will be revealed. That's what I want to say. Like you'll just feel so much lighter and so much. The Ace of Cups is such a beautiful card. It's also an offering. It's like I feel like you should be offering something to yourself, like a cup of kindness to yourself. And know that this action that you're taking, is the cup of kindness to yourself? So I'm just seeing if, and Natalie Severina, hello from Istanbul. Wow. Hello, hello. I feel like the picture in the Hermit Mage looks like Gerald of Knitting Brow. I'm wondering if you changed your name. Okay, so that's your message, Woven Pixel. Alrighty. Jen, I think I will do 2 more. Okay, so I'm going to go on down. Let's see. I'm just pausing. Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling through. So where am I at, Jen? Nora. Okay, so Nora. Nora. There's Nora. That's when Nora comes in. And Nora says, can I ask a question? Hello, Louise. I didn't see you come in. Okay. That's funny, Essence. Okay. So Nora's question, me chanting in your ear. Nora's question is, any advice about my spiritual path? Okay. All right. I wish I could I wish I could mark it on here. Oh, there it is. I found it. There we go. Okay. YouTube doesn't like it when I chant. Thank goodness I hadn't monetized that video. I get all these weird messages from YouTube when I start chanting on my videos. It's like, because they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what it is, what it means. It's pretty funny. All right. Any advice on my spiritual path? Asks Nora. Nora. All right, so this reading is for Nora. Any advice on Nora's spiritual path? Okay. What do we got here? 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Death. Well, can you see how the woman in the Death card looks like the mirror of the woman in the 9 of Pentacles? And the kind of albino quality of that Knight of Cups kind of looks like a spirit. So, I mean, one obvious thing is to explore your relationship with death. which could quite literally be, you know, something like taking a death doula course or something like that. It's a really grief counseling. See the Knight of Cups there? Grief counseling, grief groups. Why is the Nine of Pentacles there? The Nine of Pentacles is there because you have a lot of resources to share. That's why it's there. So you have a lot of resources to share. The Knight of Cups is extremely available with his emotions. He's poetic. He has the kind of words that soothe people. Is there anything here in what I'm saying for you, Nora? Oh, you just started a channel. Oh, it is Gerald. Okay, cool. Nora, I'm looking for you, Nora. Are you saying anything to me? I'm just looking to see if you're here, if you said anything. I don't see that you've said anything. Yeah, I'm allowing myself to cry lately. Okay, bye, Neem. Okay. I feel like almost like you could write a book of poetry about death. There's something about this death that is really death here, like to really understand what that means, to explore that transition, to you know, if you're crying a lot, you're letting go of grief. So I would start by exploring grief, exploring the steps of grief, exploring old patterns of grief that perhaps you thought you'd let go of, that you haven't let go of. Is there anybody else who has something going on here? The shadow card is the Nine of Cups, which is it's another really beautiful card. And these nines are highly spiritual cards, right? Nines are 3 3s. Nines are beautiful spiritual energy. So just be open to receiving messages, looking for opportunities where you can explore that energy, okay, over the next little bit. What did my voice say? There's a lot of conversations going on here. I'm sorry, I can't I can't keep up. Thank God Jen is here. All right, last question for today is Annie. Annie's in dire need of a job. Okay. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. To go back home to my mom who has cancer. She wants to see my baby before she's gone. Will I get my job by Feb? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to draw a couple cards here, and then I'm going to pull a card from the Wildwood Tarot just to see if we can get a timing. I love that card. I love that deck for timings. Okay. So we want to see something imminent in the cards, right? Something imminent. So Nora, it's something to do with death. It's something to do with helping people with death. It's something to do with really understanding that transition of life. You know, volunteering and helping people through that transition. I mean, it's one of my favorite Reiki practices is helping people with that transition, both the grieving as well as the souls that are leaving. I was kind of hoping we would get a major arcana card that would help us with the so the High Priestess takes me to moon energy. The Four of Wands feels like, look at that, all that energy in the center of this Four of Wands. Interesting. I know you don't want me to tell you that all of this responsibility that you're taking on is self-imposed. I know you don't want to hear that. But what I do want to suggest is that, you know, when we have a baby and we get, probably not in these COVID times, but it's really important to have the courage to, so people want to come, they want to see the new baby, is to like have a list of things that you actually need help with. Okay, I need somebody to clean out my fridge today. I would love to have the sheets changed on my bed, you know, like to get really specific. You don't have to do everything yourself. And with what you are going through, there is a lot of responsibility and a lot of burden. So it's really important that you find a way to share some of this, because this is a very, very heavy feeling. The first two cards feel very, very optimistic. And from what I'm understanding is that you're looking for a job in the location where your mother lives. And that's what you're asking about. And it feels like, yeah, it's a lot. Do you have to work when you get there? Blasted oak is summer. Two plus 4 is 6, plus 10 is 16, and 1 and 6 is 7. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know. This is the energy of this blasted oak card, is the energy of letting go of all of this. It almost feels like, and I know right now you are in the midst of all of this. It's just, it's so overwhelming. And that, so the blasted oak here is showing up here for a couple of reasons. One is that and what I was kind of touching on this a moment ago, is that you need to release some of this so you don't fall apart. I need to see if you've said anything. Oh, you need a job to get money so you can go see your mom. Okay. Because you want to go visit her. Ah, okay. Okay, so the tarot is very chatty, right? And the tarot has other things to share with you. And so if I'm very specifically answering your question, this is a 2, this is a 4. So we can go quite literally February 4th. This is a very, very optimistic card. This is a card of foundation, which would suggest that, yes, indeed, you have something to celebrate. You're building a foundation. And on top of that, the tarot is offering a whole bunch of other information to you. So, one of the things that I say when I'm teaching tarot is that really pay attention to that first card. That first card has a lot of information for you. This is a beautiful confirmation card, right? And then, everything else that I shared with you, Annie, is really important as well, too. So I will be holding space for you, that something comes through over the next few days so that you can feel like you're able to travel and get to see your mom, because that would be amazing. That would truly be amazing. Yay. Okay. So there we go. There we go. I'm really excited now. I've been doing so many readings over the past few days. And yesterday at the store, the readings that I did were, I didn't do readings. I felt like I could have used you, Jen, in the chair beside me yesterday. The souls that strolled into the shop yesterday it was really, really challenging. And so I'm looking forward to this afternoon. I'm just going to go through and sort decks and prepare for a VR to Masha's video, a VR to Candy's video, and have some fun. I got a couple new decks in the mail. And so, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll be on tonight, 10 o'clock again, for the next gratitude video. And yeah, and I really want to express my gratitude to all of you. I love that you show up every Tuesday. I love that you show up in my other videos. And I'm also behind in my responding to comments. So I want to thank you for your understanding in that. I see your comments, but I don't always reply right away. And I also have a lot of emails that I'm behind in, bookings that I'm behind in responding to. So thank you for your understanding and your patience while I catch up. It's just me. I don't have a personal assistant or anything helping me with my job. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to a little bit of fun, which I need. You're so welcome, Nora. Okay. And to everybody else I didn't get to today, show up early next Tuesday. I will be back. And Rose Honey Ritual. Hello. I didn't say hello to you. Who else didn't I say hello to? Natalie Severina. Oh, yes, I did say hello to you from Istanbul. That's so cool. Isn't it amazing how we just connect from all over the world, and we're all in all these different time zones, and we just arrive here together? It's just kind of mind-boggling. Technology is good for something. It really, really is. Yeah. So thanks. I'm going to let you go, and I wish you well for the rest of your day, wherever you are. Be kind to one another. Namaste.